Hey guys, it's Jack Punkington, and if you notice, I'm playing a Gibson. I've got a Gibson in my hands. I got this for like 300 bucks in trade. I've taped the headstock off. I was not gonna keep it. I got it in trade, um, and my plan was probably just to sell it. You know, good deal. Couldn't pass it up. It's a '96, and it's a wine red studio that's faded to purple, like a dark burgundy purple that someone put a nice pick guard on. I haven't done a video in 2 months, and I wanted to come on and talk about Gibson for a minute. I still don't like them. I like their business practices, but man, this guitar, and then I actually picked up another Gibson in trade too for like 350, 400, and I like them both. So I'm trying to take some advice I was given from a close friend of mine, which is basically hate the company, love the equipment. Now, I will not say like I agree with Gibson businesses practices or what they've been doing with their quality, because honestly, anything now kind of sucks. Like their quality's been really bad. Like I said, I'm lucky. This is from '96. The '90 Les Paul Studios are really, really good. This thing weighs like 9 pounds. It's very heavy. It's very dark. This is the darkest sounding guitar I've ever owned in my life. I mean, no overdrive pedal on, by the way. I'm downstairs in my living room because I've been playing a lot of shows, and between that and practice, my equipment's just been downstairs. So I've got my TH30 right here with my 212 pedal boards on the floor. Let's add an overdrive. Like, this thing screams. Let me turn that. The one thing, though, it does have a feedback issue. We'll figure it out at some point. I might change out the pickups, but I was not sure. Like, I wanted to make a video talking about this and just my thoughts on Gibson in general. I kind of talked about it in my last video about 2 months ago. And I wanted to talk about it now. This is more of like a personal vlog video. You know, I could do this up on my studio, but honestly, I wanted to do this down here because I was just chilling down here, and I thought I'd talk about this. So, like, this is a really good playing guitar. It sounds amazing. It's heavy. It feels really good. I picked up, I don't know where I put it, but I picked up this newer stuff. I've never used it before, but it was recommended by a buddy of mine to put like in your nut for like your bone nut or whatever, and then your bridge, and it helps with the tuning, and it's actually really helped. This guitar doesn't really go out of tune. It's got nice Grover tuners. I'm not doing a review of this guitar. If you guys want me to do a review of it, I will. This is just me talking about this guitar and like my thoughts on Gibson and how they've kind of changed a little, but not much. Like I said, it's kind of the same reason. Like, there are artists, there are musicians that I just absolutely hate because their personality is horrible, but I like their music. I'm a big Guns N' Roses fan. I can listen to a lot of Guns N' Roses, but I think Axl Rose is one of the worst like people. He's a jerk. And the same kind of thing with like Puddle of Mudd. Back in like high school, I was super into Puddle of Mudd, and I think his name's Wes or something like that, and he's a huge jerk on stage, and he's really like just mean to your audience or his audience, and I think that's ridiculous. Like, your crowd, the people coming to watch you, are the people paying your bills. Don't be rude to them unless they're like being aggressive towards you. You know, and then like even then, you know, they're still paying your bills, dude. I hate that so much. So I'm trying to like adopt that mindset with guitars. Like my buddy Chris, he's a great friend of mine, and he kind of gave me the idea. If he said if a guitar feels good to you, no matter what company it makes, just play it, dude. You know, he's like, if you get a Gibson Les Paul again and it plays really good and it just fits, just keep it, dude. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep this. This is probably what I'll use on stage or like a backup. This and then my other Gibson is a Firebird Zero. I traded basically the PV Butcher for both. I traded the PV Butcher for a bunch of gear, which I actually still have some of it, and I got both of this Gibson Les Paul and my Gibson Firebird Zero that I've modded like crazy, for both, and I think I paid $380 for that PV Butcher. So I got like a $500 Les Paul because it does have a repaired headstock. It didn't snap off, but it had a crack in it, so it's a repaired headstock. But it's also like kind of beat up. And a Firebird Zero. I mean, they're only worth like $400 or $500, so it's still a pretty good deal. Anyway, the thought process of just love the guitar. I tape over the headstock and the Firebird Zero. Thankfully, the truss rod cover is what says Gibson, so I just took that off. That's actually what I've been using on stage until I got this back. Is the Firebird Zero, because I don't want my name like necessarily associated with them, with the band, just because I if they were to change their business practices, cool. I think they kind of make up for it for Epiphone, because Epiphone has just been killing it lately. I saw that they just launched a new Joe Bonamassa signature that looks really, really cool. But as a company, it's still hard to like play their guitars. But this, if you guys have been on my channel long enough, I had a Gibson Les Paul for a very long time. His name was George. And it was a studio from 2005. It was a Warren Brown studio. And the neck on this guitar is basically the same. These are slightly darker pickups, but it's very much the same guitar, just in a different finish. I'm not going to alter the finish. The only thing I'll do is probably add a Bigsby, and that's about it, if I do that. Because I love the way this guitar looks. And it makes me think of like my old days playing in like high school bands. So I had to get, you know, when I got it, I was like, I got to keep this. I've actually named it Prince because it's, like I said, it's purple, and it makes me think of like Prince and Purple Rain and stuff. I'm not a giant Prince fan, but everything I've listened to that he's done is like really sick. So I was like, we'll just call it Prince. So this is kind of what I'm thinking the channel is going to be from now on. I haven't made a video in 2 months. I've been getting ready for shows and playing shows. Last weekend, we had a double feature weekend where I played a show back to back. This weekend, I think we're not doing a show till next weekend, but this weekend I'm just going to relax, try to get some work done around the house, and practice. We're hoping to hit the studio soon to get a single out, but I thought I'd get this video out. I've been trying to decide on what I really want to talk about, and I think this was kind of fun. So I think I'm going to switch to like this format where instead of just doing a bunch of equipment, I'm going to kind of talk about stuff, kind of like how I used to when I first started out, but like maybe I'll put some playing in mixed in. So anyway, guys, this is Jack Punkington signing out. Peace. Thanks for sticking with me.